whether you're thinking about it or not, is something that you should at least entertain, because it definitely will help you as far as an academic freedom, personal freedom, and intellectual freedom, most importantly. So I understand that graduate school is not for everyone, all right? Actually, maybe I should start by introducing myself maybe. All right, so Ahmed is Zalkan. We'll start with that. Call me Eddie. I graduated here last year. I'm with a degree in sociology, and I'm pursuing a master's in American studies at Columbia. My research interests mainly revolve around authenticity, economics, and race within hip-hop culture. So granted, it doesn't mean that I'm only within hip-hop culture, but mainly I try to contextualize everything within there. Because I'm myself a hip-hop artist, I'm an underground rapper, I participate in ciphers and battles, and what have you. So in that way, I'm trying to bridge the gap between academia and the actual practice of hip-hop. So I don't know if you guys have ever read any hip-hop scholarship, but it seems to be that the scholars who are writing about hip-hop are extremely divorced from the fact that there are actual lived experiences. You can't just watch a Jay-Z music video and think that you understand what hip-hop is. You know, so especially for all you hip-hop heads out there, you'll understand there's a complete difference. But anyway, so graduate school is not for everyone. Right? There are countless hours of reading, analyzing, essay writing, and circular discussions that seem never to really end with a single coherent conclusion. Of course, this will differ depending on what programs you want to enroll in, but the specialization inherent within graduate studies causes this non-terminating discussion of theories, concepts, and observations. I cannot speak on behalf of professional schools like medical, law, or business schools, but I can offer my insight on graduate studies in general. The most important thing to remember is that everyone is capable of going to graduate school. Now, I understand financial and time restraints must be taken into consideration, but it's often beneficial in the long run, financially and psychologically. The education system in this country does not prepare you for a work environment. I have to reiterate that fact. We spend 12 years in school, in the public schools, then 4 years or more in college without a real skill that is translatable to the professional world in most cases. Obviously, this is different, especially when you look at medical degrees and whatnot. But you learn most of your work on the job. What this education does prepare you for is research and graduate studies. Your entire life has been intended for all of you essentially to obtain a PhD at some point. That's all you're really learning in school, is that you need to learn how to research and how to write academic articles. But you're not really learning what's going to go on at JP Morgan, as an example. Our entire system strives to create professors and scholars. If you have hitherto had academic success, you'll most likely be able to continue that success, if not exceed your prior success in graduate school. That was the case for me. I graduated from Westbury with a 3.67 GPA. I'm very proud of it. I'm not the best student by far. I worked 4 jobs to afford tuition while going to trade school during the summer. I slacked off whenever I could. That was the best option, because no one is perfect. Does that mean that I don't deserve an Ivy League education? Of course not. Granted, I did not think I'd get accepted, and I would have been just fine going to another institution, but I ultimately chose Columbia University for several reasons. Now, I hold the highest GPA in my academic career at what was supposed to be the most challenging school I've ever studied at. So the focal point of this talk is to encourage you all to pursue your dreams. While I can't help you all out with your various aspirations, hopefully those of you who have graduate school as a requisite step in attaining your version of success can benefit from my experience. So why should one go to graduate school? There are several reasons that can encourage you, the most obvious being your desired profession. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, business executive, veterinarian, or professor like myself, graduate school will be an obstacle you have to overcome. Not sure what you want to do? That's completely understandable. I encourage all of you to constantly challenge what it is you thought you wanted to do on a daily basis. If your constant criticism does not deter you from your passion, then you definitely know what you want to do. For those of you who haven't quite decided, graduate school can serve as many beneficial purposes as well, though. A graduate degree can increase your hiring potential. Obviously, that's the first big one. Many employers are faced with hundreds of applications from people who have their bachelor's degree, especially now because it's so prevalent. A graduate degree will help you stand out in any profession. More than just that, being at another institution will help you, more than that, being at another institution with like-minded students will increase your networking capability. This is especially important for those of you who can get into quote-unquote elite universities where networking is their greatest asset. Because honestly, what they study at Columbia or Harvard is exactly what we study here. Biology doesn't change. Philosophy doesn't change just because you're at a different school. They don't have some expansive knowledge that we cannot access. That's clearly just a myth. Furthermore, if you're like me and know what you want to study, you're able to expand upon your specific research interests in graduate school. Many graduate programs provide academic autonomy, in choosing your classes and professors as you specialize in whatever it is you want to pursue. With this in mind, I urge you all to utilize your specific strengths and interests in crafting the scholastic future.